Application control in checkpoint firewalls. You can also use the application control blade in the checkpoint firewalls or gateways, where you can restrict the internal users based on application instead of URLs, where you want the internal users from your HQ or site 1, site 2 to be restricted based on let's say YouTube or maybe Facebook. And you can even granularly control, you want them to go to Amazon, let's say, but you don't want them to do shopping, or maybe let's say you want them to go to facebook.com to use news feeds, but you don't want them to be able to use chat for it. So you can granularly control that. You can also configure user check for them as well. So let me go to my PMS smart console to it, and I'll show you how you can do that. So we previously already have enabled the application control blade on all three gateways on my CPHQ site 1 and site 2. So if I come to my gateways and servers, if I go to the CPHQ firewall and edit, right click edit. So I already have enabled the application control blade on this firewall, on this one. So what I will do is I want the internal users. So a company policy comes into me and says that that internal users should not be able to access, let's say, Amazon, or let's say if they want to access it, they should be given a user check so that they can verify that okay, they are going to that application. So let's go to my security policies, and I already have these four rules, and I have sub rules inside them. So I have for my management, for my DMZ, and for my internet. So I want to modify this internet rule, and I would create a sub rule. So I'll create a rule above the block URLs, new rule. Now let's say let's give them a warning message or notify them. So I'll set this for my HQ network right now, headquarters. So I'll select the source is the HQ network, not this one. This is the HQ IP address. I want the HQ network. Yeah, this is the network, and to any destination. And here the application, I would select a specific application. Let's say I will select let's say Amazon, or maybe I can select YouTube. So if you see, I have the YouTube complete application here. I can select this one, or I can select all these other like mobile posting, safety, uploading. So I don't want them to do, let's say, uploading, or I can say they should not be able to use the downloader, etc. Or if let's say if I come to Facebook and see, I have all these options in Facebook. Like, so let's say I don't want them to use the live Facebook live or chat, or maybe Messenger. So I can do all these things. So I'd select Facebook, or maybe let's say Twitter. So Twitter should be here. Yeah, Twitter. For the action, I don't want the traffic to be dropped. I wanna ask or inform them. Let's say I'll go with ask now, and I'll select company policy. So this for any of these applications that they access, they will be presented with the user check so that they can accept that, which we can set here in the user check section. If I go to edit more and edit these parameters, I can see that I can select if I have different company policies which we can set here. They should be asked once a week, once a day, or I can select custom, or maybe 1 hour every hour. They should be asked whenever they access any of these applications. And it's per site, per category, or per data type, etc. I can select that. Or this is the limit upload download that you can set for the bandwidth as well. So right now I will say okay. And if you come to the users check here, we have these predefined user checks that we can modify here as well. If I want to, let's say, edit any one of them, so I can select here, double click on it, and I can modify the text here. And you can also edit the image as well from checkpoint. If you have your company image or company logo something, you can come here and add it, add new image, and then you can select your own company logo or something here. So I'll say okay, I don't want to change anything here. So one more thing that you would need to do before applying that, let's go to the gateway and servers. So right click, edit on the gateway, and there is this user check section where you can enable or disable user check for the blades. And you can also, this is the URL that the user the main URL that they would be presented with. You can also set aliases here. Here in the accessibility portal, what you can do is the portal should be accessible through what, like let's say right now by default it says through internal interfaces, and only the VPN encrypted interfaces are being selected. So whatever interfaces that are internal to you, so you will get this user check option. But if you have undefined interfaces that are not defined as an internal, which we did previously here, these, then if the interfaces are not defined, what you can do is you can come here and select the undefined internal interfaces. And if you want that user check option to be available for DMZ as well, then you need to select this. So right now I can even say all interfaces, or I can say according to the firewall policy. So right now I'll say all interfaces, okay, and I will go ahead and publish and install this on my gateways. Publish and install. Install. Now let's go to any of my internal clients. Let's go to Windows 10 here and Windows 7. I will also go ahead and set the user check or notification message for the blocked URLs. Right now it's denied. What I can do is I can also go to when the traffic is dropped, I'll also say that give them a block message as well, which we can modify as well in the user check. So right now I selected the block message for them, but if you wanted to modify this message, you can come here and double click and edit that. So I'll install this as well. So if you see here, we previously in the URL filtering for all three sites, HQ, site 1, site 2, we blocked all these categories of URLs, and they were not getting any type of a notification message that their traffic was being dropped by the company policy. So now they will get that notification message. So if I come here now to, let's say, if I browse, let's say google.com, okay, so they will get this message, so they will understand that this is this page is being filtered by the company policy. Or let's say now if I go to amazon.com, so I get this user notification where I need to select this checkbox that says that I agree with the company policy and please proceed. This notifies me where there will be a log generated as well inside, so the user would know this, that we have accessed this, and I will select say okay. So now you can see that I'm able to browse to amazon.com, and I can access this application and proceed with my shopping. So I'll go ahead. Right now I won't be able to see any log message because I did not select the log to track the matched traffic. So what I will do is I will install this, and once it's done, I should be able to see some logs here. So now let's go to the other client, Windows 10 this time, and I will say Amazon.com or maybe Twitter.com. So I do not have the certificate which we previously did for HTTPS inspection. I'll say continue. If I import that certificate here, I would not get this message, the previous one. So I'll say okay, agree with the company policy. So this browser is no more supported. It's just because of my PC browser, but anyways, I did access the twitter.com. So now I should get some log messages here. If I say refresh to it, so if I check let's say this one, you can see that it's the policy is ask there. The source was 12, destination was this address, HTTPS traffic. It also did inspection for me, and the company policy did ask me for it, and the access rule name was Warren. And so that's how you do application control. Thank you.